Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing sort of just a random Q&A, some different questions on different stuff that I've been getting this week. Starting with why The Walking Dead is more important to me than babies. Yeah, so I thought this one was a fun one. This is kind of one that's carried over from a previous video. I discussed briefly on it, and people were kind of alarmed by it. Evil Homer 1973 says, "You're putting off kids because The Walking Dead takes up so much of your time?" Well, when you say it like that, Evil Homer, yeah. We'll get into some other personal, some stuff in this one. It's just some funny stuff, random questions and stuff. So yeah, dude, that's literally what I'm doing, man. That's absolutely what I'm doing. You know what it is. It's true. I mean, this channel and you guys really are really that important to me that's exactly what I'm doing. It's like, and I've talked this over with Jess, this kind of thing. It's like, should we do it now? Should we... there's only so much. This is one thing you learn when you really push it. When you really push it in life and you try to do tons of stuff at once, you really learn kind of where the limits are for yourself. I mean, you kind of figure out how many hours can a person do. I find for me about 60 hours, maybe 65 is about my limit. I can't really do more than that. I can't really go to 70. I can't really go to 80. There's some people that can. They're called all the timers. I'm not really an all the timer. I try, but I still can't really do it. All the timer means you basically wake up, you work, all the time. Of course, you got to eat, you got to do stuff. Maybe on Sunday you got to do your laundry and you got to buy groceries and stuff. But aside from that, you just work all around the clock. You don't have there's no downtime. There's no time when you kind of rest or you slow down, obviously, because you can't work at full speed all the way through, but you're still basically doing it all the time. So, yeah, for me, it's like, I got a regular job, and then after that, I got to work on the channel for, 2 hours a night or something like that, or an hour a night. And then on my days off, I work on the channel for 3 or 4 hours, and I do that consistently. And I've been doing that for about 6 years now. And it's what I choose to do. It's that important to me. It's my passion. I love to do it. If I didn't love to do it, I wouldn't have gotten to this point. I wouldn't have been able to carry through for 6 years of doing both that with also having a full-time job. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm waiting, dude. I mean, there's only so much each person can do. And it all depends on what you value. To some people, they want to do that right away. I'm 30, and I'm like, what? Should I do it now? Should I wait? What's the harm in waiting 5 years? I'm doing something that's really important to me. And, you don't say to somebody, let's say you go to a musician who has to go on tour for, maybe they're, things are going well for them career-wise and people are coming to their concerts and they have to go on tour for, a few years. Then they're going to release another record. Then they're going to go on for a few more years. Yeah, they may want to wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years before they decide to do that because their schedule is so crazy and they got so much stuff going on that they decide not to. So that's the kind of state that I'm in. When you phrase it like that, it's like The Walking Dead is more important to you than doing that. Right now, it's like, yeah. Did I say I was obsessed? Yes, I'm obsessed. That was that question the other day. Trevor, you consider yourself obsessed? Yeah, I am. It's passion. You love to do it. It's like try to take a guitar out of the hands of a guy who just loves to rock. Good luck, man. Good luck doing that because he just loves to do it. So it's the same thing with me. I really do want you guys to know I appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate all you guys commenting. I try to comment back as much as I can. I appreciate you guys. And that's how important, that's how important you guys are to me. You guys are more important to me than that right now. That's it. People can hate that. They can dislike it, but it's what it is. Alex Bishop said, hey, Trev, Q&A, what is your favorite food? So it's got to be pizza, absolutely, Ninja Turtle style. I just love pizza, man. We order pizza like at least once a week. It's awful. It's probably not good for me long term, pepperoni and stuff, and the cheese is probably not good for your arteries, but I love it. And of course the usual stuff too. Everybody likes burgers and, unless you're a vegetarian or something or vegan or whatever. But yeah, for me it's pizza for sure. So next one's from Harry Jazz, and he says, Trav, do you ship Daryl and Carol? I do. So this is something for years. I know, man. I don't. I just think it would be weird if Daryl and Carol were together. I know there's people that love that and they think it's a great idea and they should do it in the TV series, but I'm just like, no. I don't like it. Gunslinger Survival says, I've said since the announcement of Fear the Walking Dead before it even started that it would be totally awesome if they did in fact find some way to do that. Not like a regular thing all the time, but just an episode of Fear the Walking Dead that shows the characters of that show somehow seeing or coming across the characters of the regular show, The Walking Dead. So some kind of crossover. And then he goes on to say, they see them from a distance, or they somehow cross paths in some way, just like an episode sort of paying tribute to each other. The Walking Dead goes one, and Fear the Walking Dead goes one way. That would be totally awesome. And I agree with you, Gunslinger. It'd be really cool to see. But if you look at the timeline, like I did the video on, they're just a way different. Like The Walking Dead season 7 is like way out there, and Fear is like at the time when Rick's in a coma, and it's just the pacing, even, I would say, like there's time skip in season 6 and that kind of stuff. I mean, it just doesn't seem like it would be feasible, but it'd be really cool to see it. I would like that, and anything they can include to kind of kind of tether it to the Walking Dead comic book series or the Walking Dead TV series, I think is good for Fear, because there's even some people who say it's not canon for the Walking Dead universe, or it's a totally different universe, and it's not. Fear the Walking Dead is the same universe. It's still Robert Kirkman's The Walking Dead, one way or another, and it is canon. Fear is canon in the Walking Dead universe. So for the TV series version, anyway. Now you can make an argument not for the comics, but they're adapted. But for the TV series with AMC, it is in the same universe. It is canon. It'd be cool to see, but I just don't think it makes sense that we'll ever see it. Lukey's Vlog 66 says, "Hey Trev, Q&A. Do you think we will see how Dwight got his face burnt?" Yeah, I think so. I think if I was doing it, I would likely do it in a pre-intro scene in the first half of season 6, maybe around season 7. Sorry, maybe around episode like 4 or 5 or something. Something like that would be cool for Dwight, because it looks like from the trailer that Dwight will have quite a bit of time in this half season. So maybe he'll get a whole episode, or we'll have a whole episode about the Saviors. And if they do, I think it'd be cool to see a pre-intro, a scene like that where Negan's burning Dwight's face or something to show why Dwight is not really loyal to Negan. Ryan Gangadin says, sorry if I messed up your last name there, Ryan. Since you're one of since you're one of the few YouTubers who religiously discuss or cover The Walking Dead, do you think the people who work on The Walking Dead watch your videos? So, no, Ryan, I don't think so. Maybe over the years, over the 6 years, they might have come across some of the videos here and there, maybe, but I'm not that egotistical. I don't think so. I think it's mostly for regular fans. And plus, if you work on something, you may not be so apt to look it up, because it's something you work on. You may look at something else. Like I know Norman Reedus has showed his love for Game of Thrones, and he's tweeted out about Game of Thrones, right? So, a lot of times if someone works on something, they get into something else, or he's big on biking. If you had a biking channel, you'd probably be more likely that Norman Reedus would see that than maybe if, because he just loves it so much, right? So, I don't think so. And, there's not many people that do discuss The Walking Dead in terms of, like, being a YouTuber and stuff. I'm the first one. When I started doing it, when season 1, came on, it was just me and IGN. I did reviews of it. They did reviews of it. I don't even think that IGN does reviews of Walking Dead anymore. So I've stuck with it. They didn't. I love it all the way through. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. And it was my idea to do Q&As and to do more videos, 4 years ago. It was my idea to be like, even though The Walking Dead's not on, I could still do videos for it during the summer and stuff like that. And people thought I was crazy. They're like, you're still going to make videos on The Walking Dead during the summer when it's not on? They treated me like I'm nuts. And I'm like, I just love The Walking Dead, man. Of course I want to, why not? Comics or whatever. It was kind of a crazy idea to do. And at first it felt weird when I was making videos in the summertime when The Walking Dead wasn't on. Sometimes it still feels a little weird, but it's become a lot more normalized. Once someone does something, it becomes more normalized for other people to do it. And even doing YouTube videos was really weird 6 years ago. If you told people, hey, I make YouTube videos, I'm a YouTuber, they'd be like, what? Like, it's just weird. Nowadays, it's a lot more normalized. It's a lot more like, oh, okay, cool, or whatever, in the culture. So it's not so out there anymore. So yeah, but I don't think that they watch my videos. No, I highly doubt it. In fact, I pretty much guarantee. I'm just one guy like you guys, just hanging out, talking about stuff I love, sharing my passion for some of the series that I love. That's all I am, really. Cigar Nixica says, hey, Trev, what is the most difficult day for you to make videos? And this is kind of why I decided to do this one. It's like a personal Q&A. Most difficult day for me is Wednesday every week because I do try to do 7 days, and I try to have a new video for you guys 7 days. Sometimes I miss a day, but most of the time, if you've been watching the channel for a couple of months, you see pretty much almost every day there's something new, whatever it is. I'm doing the best I can to try and produce new stuff every day for you guys, 7 days. So it's not easy, definitely not. And I'm going to continue to do so, absolutely. But hardest day for me is Wednesday, which means Thursday for the videos for you guys is the hardest day because I've worked 3 days straight, full shifts, and then I'm usually tired after Sundays too because we're staying up and watching, reviewing everything, doing predictions, posting it that night, and then going into work the next day early is always tough because a lot of times, sometimes I only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I go into work after I've been working on videos all night, and then after that, maybe I'll make a video when I get home after that. So you can't fake it. It's just if you love to do something, that's passion. Passion can drive you for years to do stuff like that you wouldn't be able to do if you didn't like it, if you hated it. You would not be able to push yourself. Willpower has limits, in other words. Whereas like willpower requires energy, whereas passion gives you energy is what I like to say, the way I like to look at it as. So granted, your passion has to translate into something people like. Kirill Sergev says, dude, are you so Trev, are you a DC fan or a Marvel fan? Maybe both, but which one? Maybe both, but which one is closer to your heart? And this is a really tough question. People have asked me this for years. You guys seen the collection in the basement where I have my Marvel stuff, my DC stuff. I would say, if any, I'm actually neither. I'm actually a bigger Image fan, to be honest with you, just because my favorite comic book series ever, The Walking Dead, Invincible, and then aside from that, you get into X-Men and Batman and stuff like that, and the usual stuff. But for me, I guess I'm an Image is what I am really. It's my favorite stuff to read. I love reading Image, and I love how they don't reboot stuff all the time. They don't start over again at number 1 every year and do the same thing. And yeah, I just love Image. So, but that's me. With regards to DC versus Marvel, if you're going just the two, it depends on which year. Some years I like DC more. When The Dark Knight was on, the Nolan trilogy, I was all about Batman, DC. I thought it was the best movies, superhero movies ever made, probably. Even still, I'd say Dark Knight is the best. I think it's still the best comic book movie ever made. And I was reading DC comics. Blackest Night was awesome, and I was collecting the DC stuff. So then it was DC, but the last couple of years, I have not liked the DC movies at all. And in terms of I compare, it's like the Marvel stuff's been really good. Civil War killed it. Better than Batman v Superman for sure. So it changes from year to year. There isn't really one that's closer to my heart. Batman is my favorite comic book character. X-Men are my favorite team. I don't really say, hey, I more like DC or I'm more like Marvel. I can't really choose. An Image would be my choice. So if I had to choose one, it's like, depends on the year. I guess right now I'd be like, I guess I go with Batman right now. So I guess I'll go with DC right now, but it's always tough. And then the last one will be from Comedian24, and he says, a comedian Watchman, that's cool. Do you know about the manga series called Berserk, and would you ever do a review for it? So it must be a new viewer, and that's cool. Most of you guys are. Yeah, I was like the first person to do a Berserk review. There was a couple other people, but like 4 years ago, I did my first Berserk review for the anime series and manga too. So yeah, dude, you just got to look at the channel, man. The reviews are there. You can still watch them. They're just in the channel. Just go to the channel, type in Berserk, and you'll see I've made about 10 videos on Berserk or so, roughly, over the years. I love Berserk. I watch it every week. Even the new anime, even though it doesn't visually look that good, the CG's bad, I still love Berserk. I watch it all the time. And DBZ as well, or DB Super, DBS, I guess you could say. I love it as well. And was a huge fan of Naruto, but that's really fizzled out with the last couple of years, and the way Kishi went with the story really lost me in the end there. The power-ups are disgusting. You don't need that many power-ups all the time. It's just nasty. It's like, just, give some power-ups and then just focus on kind of more survival stuff. And anyway, I didn't like the direction that Kishi went with Naruto in the end there. I think that he had a better feel earlier on the series with kind of the daggers and just the survival feel was a lot better, and characters being killed off and stuff like that, bloody and everything, real cool. That's kind of what I like. So dark stuff, sick stuff. So that's it for this video today, guys. Kind of a little bit of a more personal Q&A. But yeah, man, you guys really are important to me, and this channel is the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. I'm even more proud of my 100,000 subscriber button than I am of my degree. So Absolutely. So I hope you guys stick with me. I hope you like the videos. And, I do the best I can, try to make them almost every day for you guys. I understand some days you're like, I didn't like this video so much, Trev. It's cool. It's like, yeah, I get it. But I'm trying to do one every day. So maybe you don't like today's, maybe you like tomorrow's. Maybe you don't like tomorrow's, maybe you like the next day's. It's just what it is, right? And we just continue on forward. We move forwards. Nothing stops this train, right? There's a Breaking Bad quote, right? So still love Breaking Bad, too. That's it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, a little bit of more personal touch on it, you can thumb it up. You can also subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. And that's it for this video today. I'll see you guys again soon for another one. Of course, fear tomorrow night. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.